What's going on? So you remember my auction car, the 04 Mustang GT, and how it was kind of running like ass? Well, I hopped under the hood and found 3 coil packs were unplugged. So basically 3 cylinders weren't doing anything. That made it run a lot better, plugging those back in. But it still runs a little bit rough. To fix that, I had an idea of what it was. I thought probably it was still misfiring, and probably it was because of the coil packs. Pretty common thing with these cars. Ran the codes. And yep, misfire on 2 cylinders. So I was expecting to spend 50 bucks or so on new coil packs for this thing. So for 2 of them, 100 bucks, just say. I found a full set of 8 with great reviews on Amazon for 40 some odd dollars. So I'm gonna do all 8. That's what we're doing today. And I found out some really cool stuff about this car. I'll tell you guys at the end. Let's get wrenching. One of the cool things about this car that I found out was I actually talked to the previous owner of it, and he told me that this car has Ford Racing crank, rods, pistons, bigger fuel injectors. I don't know if these are in fact bigger than stock or not. Maybe one of you guys out there know and can tell me. I'm not real sure. It has an aluminum drive shaft. It has, it's lowered, which actually makes a lot of sense because the thing looks a lot lower than stock, to me at least, but I'm not super familiar with these things. So yeah, I actually might have got a really, really good deal on this thing. I'm gonna try to verify the parts that I can. Obviously it has an aftermarket intake because that's not stock, but really hard to verify pistons and crank and stuff without, you know, pulling the damn thing apart, which I'm not gonna do. Once I get it running smooth, I will address the rear end. I will show you what I'm talking about. You just hate Mustangs. Yeah. For now, let's put the coils back on, shall we? Because this one broke as I was taking it off. All right, it is time for the moment of truth, and I am not very confident about this because when you're installing the coils, the bottoms of them are rubber, and like the middle part where it's flexible is pretty soft rubber. So when you're going to push them on the plug, you can't really get any oomph behind it. So it's not very reassuring that they're in. But I pushed them as hard as I could, and you know, we'll see. I got everything hooked back up, and I don't know. We'll see. Here goes nothing. Yeah. It's not too bad, actually. I don't know. I don't know if it's any better. Yeah. Feels a bit better. What is my odometer doing? Okay. That's cool, I guess. It's a feature. Yeah, so I think I fixed it. Wasn't so sure it was going to work, really, because like I was saying, there's no real way to push the coils on. You just kind of have to push and hope for the best. Especially now as the temp goes up a little bit and the RPMs start to normalize. You know, it idles around 600-800 RPM. As it goes down, it feels a lot smoother, and it feels a lot better than it did. So whether or not that'll clear the code, shut up, stupid Ford. Now whether or not that'll clear the codes, I don't know. I'll have to run it for a few and clear the codes, and then run it for a little bit longer and see if it they got rid of them or not, but definitely feels better. Yeah, so it feels a lot better. I'll put some video right here of the sound that the diff is making, because it's making some kind of weird noises. Could be gears, could be in need of a fluid change, could be bearings, could be, I don't know. So on the next episode of this, I'm gonna lift the back end up and tear it open and see what I can find in there. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, and all that happy horse shit so you don't miss anything. I will see you later.